We're playing UFL. Mm.
Yeah.
Let me know when we're green.
Yeah. When are we green? When are we green? Are we green? Are we green? Now we're green.
Are we? Hello and welcome to That Beautiful Life Podcast. This is episode 241 of That Beautiful Life Podcast. My name, of course, is Scudis Campbell, sitting here in the beautiful Redden, United Kingdom, talking to the beautiful Roger Briggs from all the way in Stockholm, Sweden. We are here. We are alive. And
we're alive.
We're podcasting. We're talking about podcasty stuff, that kind of stuff. I hope everyone here today is having a great day and all that kind of good stuff. For some reason, the stream thing on YouTube hasn't updated. Usually it updates and shows me what's going on live. It's not showing me anything.
Oh, really? I just refreshed the browser and it looks fine. It looks good. It's there. We are here. We're visible.
I had to click something.
We are, as you said, we're alive.
I had to click a clickety-click thing, but it works now. It works now.
Okay, good.
Doing the thing. So, Raj, how are you?
Yeah, I am okay. It's been a good day actually, and it's a very special day today. I think it's like a interesting day, isn't it?
It's a day that has for the two of us, it has multiple meanings. I think
so. It has multiple meanings. It's a kind of, it connects us like in a deeper sense in a way, and I'm getting to that. But first. Reason one why this day is special is because happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Q, my friend, my bro. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Happy birthday to you.
Brilliant, as always. Exceptional. Exceptional. Oh, beautiful.
Happy birthday, my friend. Yeah, it's your day.
Well, our day. Because for those of you who've been following the podcast for a while, this is also the day that Roger's dad passed away. So my condolences to you, Rog, on this day.
Thank you.
So we share this day now. Me and your dad.
Yeah, we share this day. I want to put in there because we're talking about, this is so typical life, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Someone... It's the contrast, if you will, but it is true. And I think I remember this for many reasons. I mean, first off, you were here 2019, the first time you and I met live in person. We had a really good time. We were in the old city, actually, and we were having a fika, a coffee and whatever, cinnamon bun or something together with that, and together with my friend, which is also your friend, Maria.
Yes.
And then I got a call from my sister, I believe it was, and that's when the bad part started, to say, because my dad was ill. Long story short, I had to go up to the north part of Sweden. And fortunately, I came there in time. You went home. This was just before you were about to leave Sweden to go back. And and a few days passed. And as said, he passed away on like this very day in 2019. So just before the pandemic, if you will.
Yeah.
So it's it's kind of weird. But even so, just to kind of strengthen the symbiosis here and also the memories, you just posted on Facebook the other day a photo from that, like November. It was November, I believe, of course, when you were here 2019. A picture in our kitchen. We're sitting by the table and having dinner. I think we were eating the moose.
Yes, we were having moose.
Yeah. And then just recently, finally, you were able to come here again, and that was not too long ago. We're talking. When was it? Now, was it September? Right?
That was it was September. It was literally right after August, I think. I think it was first week in September, something like that.
Yeah. So a couple of years later, same setting, same kitchen, same table, not the same food, but same people and everything. That was really nice that you did that, because you see, like, we're
there's a contrast.
We haven't aged that much.
No. I'm trying to see if I can find a way to share the image on because it's on my Facebook, and I'm trying to see if there's a way.
Nice.
Let's see if I can snip the image, because I don't want to just
because that's something I wish I would remember to do, because I've told you I don't have good photo habits.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have some when I was traveling during the touring and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
like the last couple of years before we stopped, playing with Chromata and everything, I just stopped taking photos. Not
I
like
remember you
stop,
telling
but
me
I
that.
don't do. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because again, look at this now. It's really nice. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's the picture.
Oh,
That's the picture there.
that's the
It,
picture. To the left is the old one from 2019, and obviously the more brighter summer pic to the right is, yeah, that's now
That's the one
recently
we took
September.
recently. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful picture. I think in the one on the left, it's because of how I like Facebook crops it. Isaac is actually cut out of the picture, but when you look at it on Facebook, he's there. He's right next. He's right next to Annalie.
Okay.
So
Yeah, right.
in
Yeah,
this
true.
screenshot that I did, you don't see Isaac in the picture, but he's next, like right there, on the left. But because I screenshot it from Facebook, it looks like that.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
generally you can see us all there in the photo. We're having moose, and it's just it's beautiful. It's especially you know, like the sort of candle lights and stuff in the around there. I think you told me about you know, that you light them during Christmas time. You know, I think is it
They are
one
up now.
they are up.
Annalie brought them up during the last weekend, Yeah, yeah. Sure.
It's beautiful.
That time of
It's
the year.
honestly beautiful. So yeah, it was wonderful. Just you know, like I mean, we spoke about my visit to Sweden recently and how amazing that went, and I can't wait to like I haven't shared any like a lot of the pictures from that visit yet, but I intend to do so. I think at the end of the year, what I want to do is sort of like amalgamate all the photos I took during the year of all the things, because my year was it was kind of like that. You know, it was up and down,
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff happened. So my plan is at the end of the year, I'm gonna just collect all my photos from the year and just make a post and you know just sort of like share my you know my year with everyone. This has been my year. This is my year in review
Yeah.
for 2024, and just share that you know how it went for me for the most part, just with
It's a
pictures.
nice thought. I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sharing photos
Especially, yeah,
forever.
as you said, because we're getting I mean, it's December now. We're
Yes,
already there.
the end of the year.
So, yeah, so,
It
soon a new
is
year to come.
definitely soon a new year to come. But today being my birthday,
Mm.
I
Has it been good so far?
I had a really great day. I did the coolest thing today. Excuse me. I sort of just kicked back, sat on my laptop. I had my laptop with me all day.
Yeah.
As my laptop, had this with me all day, and I just sort of just sat with it and sort of just chilled, just relaxed. Didn't really do anything that was just out of the ordinary. But
Hmm.
I didn't do anything strenuous.
Yeah.
I think I had lunch. I don't remember if I did. I think I had yogurt and muesli for lunch. And then I was on Amazon. I was looking at different things. I got some Amazon gift cards for my birthday. So I bought myself a power washer. So
Oh,
yeah, I got
okay.
myself. So there's this power washer from this brand called Hoto, and I
Mm.
think they're a Japanese brand, and the name Hoto sounds Japanese.
Sounds like it.
And the thing is that I went on Amazon and I was just cleaning up. You know, you have these lists like shopping lists. So I
Yeah.
was cleaning up my Amazon shopping list, and I saw I had a bunch of items in there, but some of the items were no longer in stock. One of them was a small electric hand drill about the size of a screwdriver, and it was no longer available. So I clicked on it, and it said, I'm usually when something is no longer listed on Amazon, they will send you to an item that's similar to it. So they sent me to
Oh.
this similar item, which happened to be that Hoto hand drill that's like a thicker one to like the one that I had in my cart. And I was like, I'm not sure I like this one because it's a bit thicker than the one I originally had. But something about it drew my attention to it. So I clicked on a
Mm.
video that they had on there and I watched the video, and they go over the whole sort of like breakdown of how they made this thing and all the features it has
Yeah.
and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just thinking like, wow, everything they're showing me, I'm just like, that makes sense, you know, like makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. So I clicked on the brand to see if they had any other products that were similarly designed, and they have a lot of products of the same design. So all of their stuff is
Cool.
very clean, symmetrical, neat, clean design. It's black, with sort of like silver highlights. There's not a lot of logos all over the place with other labels. It is just clean. So
That's nice. Yeah.
I saw that they had a power washer, a handheld power washer
Ooh.
that
Yeah.
uses a battery, and I said, that I watched the video and I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool. So I purchased one using my
Mm.
Amazon gift cards. It's currently on sale right now. I think there's a 40% discount as well. So I had
Oh,
enough
good.
with my gift cards and that 40% discount. I was able to, and a 29% discount that's going on right now for Black Friday. I was able to get it. And so it's gonna come here on Saturday. I can't wait to have it. It has a little extra bottle on it that you screw in that you can spray, like you can put soap and stuff in there, and then you can spray your soap on and everything, and then you can then you've got different features and stuff on the nozzle. And again, it looks elegant. Like you look at this thing and you just think, oh my god, this is great design. Like if they made every product for my house, if they made vacuum cleaners, if they made I don't know, fridges, whatever they make, if that power washer turns out to be exceptional as it looks,
yeah,
I think I'll buy a bunch of stuff from them in the future. I think I'll just buy stuff from them.
that's
Generally,
cool. Yeah,
they're really, really, really nice. The products aren't the most expensive, but they're not the cheapest either as well. Show you a link or a photo of it. I can share a link because I do have I do have an Amazon affiliate link I can share. Let me.
Yeah, it could be fun just to exactly. Hi, by the way, Miss A, and I hope you're fine.
Let
Yeah,
me
I want to see
see.
that too. Get a hint of
Let
what we
me
could expect
see.
from the new machine.
When you open things on browsers, you have to always check to see, especially when you're on stream, if you're gonna dox yourself.
Yeah,
um,
true.
but
Careful now. Yeah.
yes, I must be very, very careful that my address is
Mm-hmm.
not showing. Um,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
let's see. I'm gonna screenshot it. Because I don't want to again dox myself. So, the image is gonna freeze for you guys because I'm snipping the image from my screen, but you
No worries.
don't worry. I am just doing the
We
thing.
wanna see. We wanna see.
Yeah, my address is in there, so I have to like sort of like black it out basically, like with a marker, like the marker application thingy-mabob. So let's just do that. Let's make the marker as thick as possible, thick like I like my oatmeal, and just let's just cover. Oh, it didn't get thick enough. Thicker.
Get thicker, please.
Oh yeah, you know what? It's right. I didn't say please. Get thicker, please.
Yeah. It worked now? Yes.
See if it does.
You were polite, so it should.
It did. You were right. It was.
Yeah.
I had to be polite. I was rude at first. How could it listen to me if I'm being rude to it? I mean, come on.
You were too direct. You have to be a bit more butter in between. You know?
Better than that. You know better, Q. You should do better than that. So this is it here. All right. So I sort of blacked out my address, but you can see all the other information about it here, and
I can't see it yet. Oh, now it's coming in. Yeah, it's also this darn delay. Okay, got it. Now I see and I understand. I mean, I thought it would be something looking like that when you said like a power washer. Sure. But it's a nice design.
It's a very nice design and operates with battery. You know, you can. There's even like a little tub thing that it like comes with it, like that you can fill with water. So you can connect it to, I guess, a pipe or something, or hose.
Most likely.
But if you don't have one, you can have this little box, sort of like bag thing that you fill with water, and then just spray. It's really, and that's the price there. So you see that that 99 pounds. But then there's a voucher. I didn't even know about this voucher thing. Alex told me about it. You can apply the 40% voucher, which then brings the price down to like 59 quid.
Okay. So now we're talking.
So thanks to some gift cards and that that voucher, I was able to get it at a really, really good price. I think if I had bought 2 items, so it says save on any 2 qualifying items, I would have got an extra 5% on it. So yeah, it's really cool. What I will do for those of you watching the podcast live is I'll share a link because I have an affiliate link with Amazon. So I'm going to just copy that and I'll put it in the chat. I think the chat saves. And for those in the future watching it, I'll just edit the edit file and I'll just put for the description and I'll just put Hoto Power Washer. And I'll just put the link there for you as well.
That's cool.
So everyone can access it no matter how you're doing it basically. But yeah, generally that's what I got for myself for the grand old birthday. And
Good. Yeah.
I should say my family got it for me because it was the gift cards I got from them and everything that allowed for me to get this. So thank you to everyone for your generosity
Nice.
on this wonderful day. So yeah, I'm just chilling for the most part, relaxing. I sat down when Alex and Zavi got in. We sat down and watched some telly together. We were watching some the show I'll be talking about in a bit. So yeah, it was just nice. We just chilled on the sofa, watched some telly, we ate. Alex got me this some salmon with some what do you call it, with some chips, and I think it was hummus. It looked like hummus, and and,
Okay.
and
Oh, good.
like a nice
Mm-hmm.
salad and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, really really nice. I took a picture of
That's good.
it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Salmon. Love salmon. Yeah.
I won't share it here in the podcast. If you want to see the picture, it's gonna go up on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
at LP Guardian, and you'll see it there. That's Guardians also you. But other
That's
than
good.
that, that's literally how it's been for the birthday.
Yeah.
Absolutely chill, relaxed day. Loved it. But yeah, Rog, how was your week? How have you been, man?
Oh, well, first off, I need to ask though. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna get into that. Actually, because what I wanted to kind of throw back to you is, of course, the fact. I mean, we haven't been streaming or in podcasting. That is,
Mhm,
for this. It's like 2 weeks. We weren't able to do that last week,
mhm.
so some time has passed. I just wanted to ask. Maybe you don't want to add anything more to it. I mean, this is the focus, of course, your birthday. But I thought about, is there anything else that has happened that you want to mention?
Yeah,
I guess you guys also have more. I don't know. Here, it's definitely we got snow. Basically,
nah,
actually,
no, none of that.
became a bit colder. So yeah,
It's colder here, but we don't have snow. But
yeah.
I went to a school trip with Ty. He had a school trip to this museum. It's like a car museum. So you
Yeah.
had a lot of vintage cars and newer cars as
Oh,
well. It was
nice.
really, really nice. I'd love to take the family again, just us, not like on a school trip, because obviously with a school trip, you have a lot of kids and there's a certain time slot and all this sort of stuff for things. Whereas if
Exactly.
it's just us, there's a lot more we can do, and we can do it at our own pace and so forth. So yeah, it was really nice. We rode on this sort of like this tram up in the air going around. We rode on a vintage bus. It was a vintage car, that we got to drive around in. I think it did like was it 40 miles per hour is the top speed of the thing.
Hmm.
But I think, or 40 kilometers per hour. But I think it literally was we were going at like maybe like I don't know, 5 at the time. I think I could run faster than it. But it was nice. It made a lot of noise. It was very vintage, very classic kind of
Cool.
looking vehicle. And yeah, we just sort of saw a lot of old cars. They showed us like the first vehicle, the first car made, and all that kind of stuff, what it looked like. And bicycles were there as well. They spoke about little bicycles and the ones that they made, and what they were made from, and the concept behind it, why they started making bicycles and so forth, the history. It was just absolutely a really really nice experience. So I have to say, shout out to that museum. I think it's called Bewley in the UK. So we went to Bewley. Really really nice museum. Great trip. And yeah, Thai school. They booked a trip for his year, and we went. So I accompanied the class with him, and yeah, it was a pretty nice day. Pretty nice day. Out with him and his class, and got back home, and yeah, that's kind of been
Sounds nice. Yeah.
how it's gone really. But I can't say there's anything else that I may have forgotten something. I don't know, but I
Yeah. It
can't.
might come back to you.
Might maybe. I know my today is gonna be a special day in the sense that my brother-in-law is coming back today. So tonight he's
Ah.
gonna be back here. So Eric, I'll see you in a bit. And earlier this week was my brother's birthday as well. So
Oh. Okay. It's that close. Okay.
so happy birthday to him well, I already
Hmm.
called him on his birthday, but he knows that. But
Good.
generally, yeah, it's been quite a week, and yeah, it's just like the last 2 weeks have been busy, but at the same time they've been good. Not, I can't really say that anything really unpleasant happened during that time. Not that anything unpleasant should happen, but the only thing is, of course, like I'm quite busy with family and all that kind of stuff, especially with Thai. So that outside of that, everything else smooth sailing. Everything's just been good. I can't complain. There are stuff that I will, of course, stuff that Rog knows about. I will talk about in the future. Probably not gonna talk about it until mid next year or something. So you guys are
Yeah.
gonna have to wait. But Roger knows, so it's all that kind of stuff. He knows everything. I tell Roger everything.
I know
Roger,
everything.
I found a new mole. I'm gonna tell you about it later. It's all good.
Like it. Looking forward to it.
So yeah, no, it's been pretty good. It's been absolutely good. There's one thing I should mention. Remember the YouTube channel that I created, the one that I was using for eFootball stuff. So my brother, one of my brothers, who's my brother through my older brother, so we're like brothers through our brother because we share a brother, but we don't share any other parents. Our parents are not the same parents, but we share a brother. Our older brother is the same. So anyway, so my brother Ray, super cool guy. Him and I, we play eFootball together. We hop online and we chat and we play football. And every now and then, Ray asks me for advice in the game because I play a bit more of it than him, and I know a bit more about some of the mechanics and so forth. So he'll ask me about a few things, and I'll tell him about it. And he'll always say, "Oh, Keenan, you should make a video about this. You should do this and that and so forth." And I say, "Yeah, I'll make a video for you and so forth." And 9 times out of 10, I don't end up making the video. But in the end, Ray and I started chatting about it, and he used to do a podcast, right, about music. And he said to me, we should do like a YouTube channel or something about eFootball. What do you think, you? And I was like, yeah, sounds like a good idea. Yeah. And so we've just sort of made that channel. From it just being me on the channel, it's gonna be me and Ray, and we're just gonna be putting out eFootball and other football game related stuff on there. So that's gonna be cool. If you guys want to check it out, it's simply eFootball, and Ray and I are gonna be running together, and it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to, we're building up stuff to do on there. We have a lot of ideas. We've got a whole lot, which is one of the reasons I've been on my laptop a lot, because a lot of the stuff I'm doing is on my laptop. So yeah, it's so cool. It's absolutely so cool, the sort of ideas we've got. And he has business experience running a business because he has his own business as a, like, right now actively. He has a mobile barbershop. And and in the past, as I said, he did run a podcast with some friends and family. But he wants to get back into stuff like this. And I was, honestly, he's sort of giving me that sort of like extra sort of like kick, that sort of like, ooh, I'm looking forward to working on something like this, because he'll call me and he'll be like, oh, Q, what is this? Let's talk about that. Let's discuss this and that and so forth.
Fun.
And yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really, really cool. So look out for some stuff on Simply Football from Ray and I. I know you guys have seen stuff from me and they have streamed a few times, and I think 4 times so far. So look out for stuff from Ray as well on there. He's mainly going to be handling the shorts on there, so like special goals and other stuff, but he'll do other things as well. But yeah, he's just getting started. He's never really worked with editing software and stuff like that, so he's gonna learn. I'm gonna teach him. He's gonna be great. He's a tech guy because he worked in IT before, so generally speaking, I think he's
gonna learn pretty fast
in no time. I think I told him he's gonna learn. I told him with his sort of like knowledge and experience, I think I could give him a crash course in the afternoon and he'll be fine.
Most likely.
That's it. A simple afternoon crash course.
Yeah.
The software we're going to be using to do all of it is DaVinci Resolve. Shout out to DaVinci Resolve. That software is amazing. Have you used DaVinci Resolve? Oh my god! Some of the features they've got in there. They've got a feature where you can take essentially it transcribes all the audio in some of your codes. So let's take this podcast for example. It transcribes all the audio from the podcast, and then we can take that audio and decide what we want to cut out just from the gaps. You can say, oh, we just want all the gaps gone where there's silence. We don't want this sentence and that sentence, delete that. And it will just cut down all the stuff and make it like fit nicely. But there's a lot of AI features similar it's very similar to Premiere Pro. The difference though with DaVinci Resolve, I just wanted to shout it out. I think if you are someone getting into editing, or you're someone who already does editing, I would recommend DaVinci Resolve over Premiere Pro any day, because of the fact it's a one-time fee. You pay, I think it's like 200 and something pounds. I think in the US it's maybe $299, which seems a bit expensive. But when you consider all that it does, it's everything that Adobe does, but it's a one-time payment. Exactly, and you get the updated version when it comes out. It's a no-brainer. And even if you want to think, oh, I can't spend £300 or US dollars in one go, you can put that on PayPal. They take PayPal, and PayPal allows you to split the payment up over time. So you can say, okay, I'll pay this over 6 months, right? Or 3 months or whatever have you. And instead of spending 200 or 300, you're looking at about, say 100 a month or 50 quid a
Yeah,
month or something like
yeah,
that. That's a lot more possible to stomach, especially because the fact by the time you finish paying it, the software is yours. And when you check the cost of Premiere Pro, the cost of Premiere Pro costs more annually for a subscription than it costs to buy DaVinci Resolve outright. And when your subscription expires, you don't have it anymore. So
no, but it's true. I mean, we've talked about DaVinci before. It is a good software, and it's been
yes,
around for some time, and it's definitely one of the best free also that you can use.
you can use it free as well. Yes,
Exactly. So you come pretty far with that
mm-hmm.
also, depending on what your goals are and everything. So I could just agree. It is really good. When I get the question sometimes when it comes to this, I also talk about DaVinci, even though I'm not currently using it myself because I am using Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see myself also use DaVinci because I just liked it when
Mm-hmm.
I tried it. I tried it for a few weeks because
Mm-hmm.
there was something going on with Premiere Pro that was bad or wrong or whatever have you, and I
Mm-hmm.
was missing something, and I can't remember why, but it was like 1.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But already back then, DaVinci was a thing, and it was one of those free also options that many were, you know,
We're
how do you
using.
say, recommending and
Mm-hmm.
using. Yeah,
It's good.
good.
It's
Yeah.
good software. Highly recommend it.
Mm.
I was not using Premiere. Sorry, I wasn't using DaVinci. I was using Premiere and Vegas Pro,
Yeah.
and I've switched to DaVinci. DaVinci is what I'm using now.
Good.
It
Good.
has become what I'm using. I am getting the Pro version, the Studio version, because a lot of the AI
Yeah.
features and stuff are in that version. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah, you
paid
should do
for.
that. It's worth it. I hear it. It's
Yeah,
definitely worth it if you're gonna do it like a lot for
yeah.
sure.
It
It's
like
yeah.
I think one feature that I liked when I saw it, it was like a feature where if you make a video like for YouTube, you get the full sort of like landscape video, but you want to make a portrait version for like shorts. It has
Yeah.
an AI feature that allows you to sort of like pick a subject in the video and then follow that subject throughout so if the subject moves across the frame from the right of the screen to the left of the screen, it will just follow them in a very seamless way. And
Aha, okay.
so and then it does subtitles automatically as well, so you can make the subtitles to go in there for your YouTube shorts. And
Good.
so to me it's just like, wow, it does everything. I don't have to put, because I used to do that kind of stuff manually, but that's work, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, most things has to be done. I mean, if you're doing like shorts, so you have to go from 16:9 to 9:16, so you have to
Mm-hmm.
have that kind of format when it comes to the actual video. You have to fit in the gameplay or the whatever webcam in that format, and yeah, it's a thing. I mean, now also I haven't been doing so much shorts, to be honest, lately. The last 1 to 1.5 years. There's reasons for that,
Mm-hmm.
but I know now that as you know, you can also do longer shorts now. They have a version where you can do 3 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
so it starts to become a bit more interesting, I believe. I mean,
Yep.
shorts has its place on YouTube. It depends on. It's just one of those things. It's like you're gonna stream on your main channel. Is that a good idea? It's about the same thing when it comes to shorts. Sometimes if you want to do a lot of shorts, it might even be a thought to have like a dedicated channel for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things. But I think it's good that they have kind of evolved and also gone into a bit of a longer format, not only 1 minute. That's cool. I mean, I made like maybe sometimes 20 seconds or 30 seconds, which can be really effective.
Mm-hmm.
But having also 3 minutes, that's like three. If you think about it, when it comes to watch time, a lot of people don't watch longer, even though you make a video that's 11 minutes long. Not
Yeah.
many people watch longer than 2 minutes, unfortunately.
Most people don't.
So
I think.
exactly. So that's the thing. So for example, then 3 minutes can be a good format, if you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying. So it's like, we'll see. But we have to move on also. Time flies.
Talk to me. What have you
Yeah,
been up to, bro?
yeah,
What have you
yeah.
been doing?
Not much at all. No, 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 no. I've been busy. It's been a bit the same, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, I follow my routines and everything. It might sound a bit boring, but that's what I do. I mean, otherwise nothing's gonna happen. So, I saw some Christmas music just a
Mm-hmm.
few days ago.
Ooh,
Something
very
I did
nice.
last year. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was an arrangement on, what was it? Actually, it was, yeah, it was a I think it was a funk version of Jingle Bells. That's what
Ooh.
I think it was. It's kind of funny that someone, I did not expect anyone to buy that, but they did. Okay, that was that. And then I think the major thing that we might have already talked about, but that is the fact that I got my new PC, my
Ooh
gaming
la
PC.
la. Let's
I
hear about
mean,
it. Talk
holy
about it.
smoke! Yeah,
Talk about
talk
it.
talk about it. Well, the short version is that I got help from my oldest son Adam, of course, the
Mhm.
PC building genius, and I mean, we waited with a purpose because as you said, there's like a Black Friday, Black Week, and everything, and we just found. uh, We found even better parts, if you will,
Mhm.
for the build, but at more or less the same price.
Mhm.
So I got to be a bit even stronger PC than I thought I would have because we put together a package already in, was that October? No, November, early
Mhm.
November. But then we said, okay, let's wait now and just see what happens. No, it was in October. Sorry. Or earlier, but doesn't matter. So with that said, there's a shop here in Sweden.
Mhm.
It's online, but it also has some physical stores.
Mhm.
So what we did is we put it together, ordered, and then we went into the city, like into Stockholm here.
Mhm.
And I picked it up. I paid and picked up the parts, went home. This is 2 weeks ago now.
Mhm.
So we had a build day. I was assisting Adam. I mean, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's very, how do you say? I mean, he has been building like 8, 10 pieces by now. It's
Mhm.
quite a few.
It's
And
quite
it's
capable.
very, yeah, he is. I can see, I haven't seen this side of him really.
Mhm.
Very patient. And I'm like, oh God, this is taking a long time. I'm more like that. No, you don't have to put the cables like that. It's okay. Okay, do that anyway. But so I just a bit impatient. But he is no, we gotta be careful. And he did it really well. And fortunately, it also, as he said, well, when we plugged it in to got some power on and onto the monitors,
Mhm.
and it started up with no problems and everything because he said, well, that doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes
Yes,
it doesn't
sometimes it
start, and
doesn't. Yeah.
yeah, maybe it says that the graphics card isn't sitting tight enough or something.
Yep.
So, but it went well, and oh my, this
Mhm.
is definitely a new PC. It's like it's interesting when I now go back and play. For example, yesterday I streamed Space Marine 2, some of the operations, which like the side stories. I had like 3 side missions left. One was added quite recently. And what a difference, it is now for me to play these games, with good quality and it's like, yeah, it's such a difference, higher
Mhm.
FPS, everything is working really smooth.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, now I can kind of go back to some games that I have, not been playing for some time because I just have the, the power to do it.
Mhm.
So that's great. And of course, I see that also when I'm editing, when I'm rendering, everything goes faster, if you will. So,
Performance.
yeah, no, what can I say? I'm really happy. It's really, really good. So that's a huge win,
Mhm.
I must say. It was really, really good to do that. It was something I wanted to add. Yeah, and also I tried out not too long ago, 3, 4 months ago. OBS Studio did a kind of a, it's in beta still, I think, or parts of it. It's like called enhanced broadcasting. I didn't know
Mhm.
about this. Because usually we're talking tech now. When you're using OBS Studio, as I guess you're doing now when we're streaming here on YouTube, you put manually in like, okay, what kind of kilobytes should I have? It's like 5,000 or something, and what it's gonna be CBR, it's gonna be this and that, and you do
Mhm.
that manually, right?
Yeah.
Uh, B frames and whatnot. But then this is something they have tried now for some time, and it's just a click in the settings, and it overrides like everything, and the servers or the connection between you and the servers are being dealt with automatically, so you don't have to think about that either. It kind of optimize the streaming situation both for the Twitch servers themselves, also giving you a possibility to not like taking off a bit of load on the actual stream.
Mhm.
So what that meant, because I have been continuously streaming in 720p, and the reason why I have been doing this is most from the viewer's point, because not a lot of people can go higher when they're watching, so that's why I've been doing that. But also, of course, due to the fact that I really haven't been able to go higher due to the PC I've had for some time when it comes to CPU, especially. So now I went up to 1080p, but that was not the main reason. The main reason is that enhanced broadcasting do something that Twitch, and this is very weird why they haven't fixed this, because if you're a partner, you always get options in what resolution your viewers can watch the stream, like 480, 720, 1080p, maybe 2K if you're doing that. That is not the case if you're an affiliate or if you're just starting to stream on Twitch. You don't get that if you're not an affiliate. You get it randomly once in a while, and you don't know when if you're an affiliate, which is kind of weird that you can't have that option, because that you'll have on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, but with enhanced broadcasting, long story short, you get that all the time. Fixed. So now I'm streaming in 1080p, which I did many, many years ago, back into that. And it has been looking good, because usually what Twitch says, if you're going to stream 1080p and you put in everything manually, you need at least like 6,000 kilobytes per second. Now, when this is done automatically, I see that I am running 10,000, 11,000 kilobytes per second due to the fact that I have very fast internet. And most likely because I'm routed directly towards a server in Stockholm, I believe. So it's interesting that but it's so weird also again that this is a thing. Like okay, from the technical point of view, enhanced broadcasting can be interesting, and maybe you should look into that as well. It's just in actually the settings. It's very easy, just tick it and then boop, fixed.
I will look into it. I think
you can look into that. You know, I've been trying it out twice now, Sunday stream and the Tuesday stream. So I
will keep that in mind. I will definitely keep that in mind. But it's good to know that, especially when you have the overhead to be able to do stuff like that is really good.
Yes.
And because I spoke to Adam as well about your PC after you built it. So so we spoke a bit about it, and it is, from what he's told me, it is quite beefy. He told me about the specs and everything like that. And
you should hear his reaction. I have to feel in it. It was interesting. We just booted up Black Ops 6 and did a benchmark and settings and everything. It was like, oh, you have higher CPU than I have. Like 5 hertz almost. Oh,
he told me about that.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I felt yes, finally.
For like a week.
Yeah, exactly. And then the upgrades or whatever.
He's gonna upgrade, I'm sure of it. But yeah, he told me about the specs and everything, and like I've seen Adam when he sits at your computer, because last time when I was there, he tried out Call of Duty on your computer, and the way you were talking about how he takes his time and he's meticulous about everything, and he sat down at the computer and he's changing settings and he's moving this here and he's doing that there, and he's like, yeah, this is good, yeah, he's clicking that, right, cool. He's checking everything. So I could just imagine when it comes to putting together a PC how much time he takes and the patience to just get everything just right. And
indeed,
I like that. I like when it comes to putting together a PC. I like when everything goes together. I think the one thing though that I have a problem with, and it has to do with me, is a lot of the times when it comes to the cables that you have with your PC, is managing those cables. I need to find a cable management solution. I'm wondering, did Adam do a cable management solution for you, or did you just, are the cables just plugged in?
No, he did. He was very careful how he was really going. He actually changed like once or twice at least some solutions, because he just felt that no, that's not good. We're gonna do it like this instead. So the good thing is, I mean, I have it's a smaller case now compared to the one I had before, but still there's quite some space. I can definitely have even more things in there. But it also leaves space for cables. It's very easy you don't have to like super fit everything. But at the same time, as said, he was very, he was quite into it.
Super cool. All right, let's start talking about some of the things that we've been doing this week. Let's start with some video games. I'm going to start first. Let's talk about UFL, which is the game you guys can see on the screen. This is the game one of the games I've played this week. It is a new football game, free to play. It is. I ended up actually purchasing this. It's free to play, but the early access was paid for. So I wanted to get in on the early access so that I can give you guys feedback and create content and all that kind of stuff about it. It was about 14 quid for the early
Where
access.
was this out, by the way?
It comes out tomorrow. Actually, it comes out tomorrow. But the early access is you can
Okay.
purchase the early access on console. It's not on PC yet. So tomorrow it should be free to play on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox. I purchased the early access on Xbox. And actually, I think it was 12 on Xbox. It was cheap on Xbox. So I got it on Xbox. I got the early access for 12 quid and jumped in to film and create content and prepare for to share my opinion on this game. And excuse me, what can I say? So let's talk about UFL. It is a free to play sort of like ultimate team mode kind of football game. So if you guys have ever played FIFA Ultimate Team or if you've played eFootball, it is a similar type of mode of game like those games. You're not expecting anything like for example, like FIFA or FC where you have like a career mode and all these other modes. It doesn't have that. It's literally just that ultimate team mode where you collect players and you challenge people online and you go up in rank and all that kind of stuff. And this
doesn't it look more like, sorry, why I'm so spontaneous here, but it looks more to me like Pro Evolution Soccer than like a FIFA game.
And that's the strangest thing. It looks like FIFA. So here's the thing. So essentially,
does it look like FIFA? Okay,
it does.
I've been away from these games.
You've been away for a while. So this is from a developer called Strikers Inc., which is also I think Cristiano Ronaldo is a shareholder for this company. So he's bought into this company. I think like 40 million or something he spent.
Of course,
buy it into their company and so forth. So Strikers Inc. The game is built on the Unreal Engine. So it's an Unreal Engine game. I think Adam would like that.
Of course.
And it is a football game where you collect players and you challenge other people online and you go up in rank and so forth. That's essentially it. So for people who like football games or soccer, as you folks in the US and I guess where's that other place? Australia and stuff probably say soccer. It's a football game. But anyway, it's football. Yeah. So the visuals of this game are not high end because this is a games as a service game. It's free to play. So a lot of the stuff they've just done the bare minimum to get it out and up and running. So the menus are gorgeous. I find the menus are really clean, slick. It's very easy to navigate and get around. It reminds me of FIFA, of the FC menus, if you just pull back a lot of the ads and stuff that they just keep throwing at you. So it's a much cleaner menu system. It has the layout and everything is very reminiscent of FC. So what they've done essentially with UFL is copied FC's formula, but put their own little spin on it. So the way when you see your players lining up before like your game plan essentially, that looks exactly like an FC. I look at you take FC and you take UFL and you put it side by side. It looks exactly the same for both games. When you consider the way in which the player cards look, is very similar to FC. You consider how the stats are laid out, similar to FC. If you consider the way in which the game plays, all the controls are exactly like FC. So the stuff that you would press to do for like a pass or a skill move or whatever, it's very similar to FC. So if you play FC, this feels very much the same. And also it's a very arcadey football game similar to FC. So the ball flies across the pitch. You don't have to think about, oh, is my player facing the right direction and this and that. They'll just do the thing. You press and it's very snappy. Everything happens quick. It's a very arcadey game. So people who like that gameplay style, this is a dream. And I want to say I'm very happy that this came out because a game like this is going to give a game like FC a lot of competition. It will give you it will give eFootball competition as well. But we need more games like this in the space. And with time they'll upgrade the graphics. So right now hair physics is very stiff. So you look at the player's hair and it doesn't move. You don't see any sort of like texture to the hair proper and so forth when you see close-ups. But
but that's fine. I mean, as you said, they have to think about the consumers here. If it's a free-to-play game and it's gonna be running on, hopefully therefore also be running well on like low-end PC systems and everything. And if it's gonna be console, is it gonna be on mobile also, or it's gonna be crossplay stuff?
It has crossplay for console. I believe it's coming to mobile later down the line. I don't think it's immediate for mobile, but it's a plan in the future. And with regards to the graphics, me mentioned the hair physics not really moving and all that kind of stuff. That's not a slight on them. That's just for people to understand, because eFootball had the exact same thing, and with time they've updated those stuff, and they've added in here physics. So these are things that can come in the future for the game. I think the fundamental thing that you have to consider is the game is free to play, and it does play a lot like FC. So if you like playing FC, you like playing FIFA, you like that feel of how that game fundamentally feels, you will like how UFL feels. It will feel very much similar to that. If you like the controls in that game, it will feel similar. If you play eFootball, on the other hand, it does not feel the same.
That's
stuff.
There we go.
There are different controls. There are different way in which the weight of the ball feels. It just feels like a different game. And because eFootball is a lot closer to what you would find like as sort of like a simulator, whereas UFL is an arcade game. And and so that's
what about monetization? You know anything?
So they are not charging you for any of the players, but they do have a monetization scheme where they charge you for these points. So they have they have points where there's a point system where it's like you use that to buy players essentially, but you can't really buy the best players unless you have reputation, and the only way to get reputation is to play games. So the higher amount of reputation points you get, then you can buy the best players. So for example, if I wanted Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, I need to get my reputation points up really high to buy him. So no one can essentially just like buy the best player and just have the best team. You need the reputation points to get that player, which means you need to play a lot of games to get them. Now there are ways to game that and make it a little bit quicker. You can buy these sort of like these boosters that can boost the amount of experience you get for your players, the reputation points and so forth. And the players level up as you use them. So the more you use the players, the more they level up, their stats go up, and you can choose what skills you want to teach them and sort of tweak and make your own player. So that's very reminiscent to eFootball in that sense. You know, your players level up and you can tweak them to feel the way you want them to feel, which I think is a really good system. I think I like the way they've done their system for that. But generally, it is a very promising game. The only thing for me is I'm just not into the FC gameplay. So the way FC feels, I don't enjoy it. But at the same time, I like this game, and I will support this game in the sense of like recommend it to people who play FC, because I think for the longest while EA has not had any competition, any real competition, and they've become complacent. And I think when you have real competition, where you have a company that can potentially take away your business, you find that companies are much more willing to actually make the changes that fans are asking for to improve the game in the ways that they want it. So I expect this game to make to make FC a better game. At the same time, I expect eFootball to compete with it, because it's also competing that free-to-play market as eFootball. So even though it might not really be a direct competitor because of a gameplay style, some people might jump over. Some people, because I used to play FC and jumped to eFootball. So people might jump between the two. So generally speaking, it's UFL is going to be on Xbox, going to be on PlayStation. It's going to be on PC. It is going to have crossplay, so you can play with your friends no matter what console they have it on, which is a feature that eFootball promised from day one, and they have not delivered to this day. You still can't play with friends on different platforms, which is quite unfortunate. eFootball is dropping a new update tomorrow, actually on the 5th. They say it's supposed to be a major update, but they did a stream in Japan talking about the update. Nothing they showed in that stream seemed major. So I think we'll find out tomorrow if what they consider to be major is something actually that's going to change the game, or is it just, oh, here's some new player cards? Because if it is, here's some new player cards, that's not a major update, and that's kind of stupid. You're going to lose out, because UFL is going to, like, people are going to jump ship essentially to a game like UFL. A lot of how they're making their money in UFL is selling you like stadiums, kits, you know, different things for like cosmetic items essentially for your characters. The cosmetics are quite expensive, I will say that much. But I like that. I find, I mean, they are making a game free to play. It makes sense to they have to make money somehow.
Of course, so that's how it is. Yeah.
So it makes sense. Some of the cosmetics you can earn, but there are some cosmetics that you literally just have to buy.
Yeah, it's a common way nowadays.
It is. It is quite common. So I will say, honestly, UFL, great game thus far as a prospect in the football game space. For FIFA players, you are going to love this game, probably. You know, especially what the UFL says, that their game is also, there's no scripting in their game. So essentially, in eFootball or in FIFA, apparently there's some AI in there that, you know, in certain circumstances, certain situations, players will do certain things that are a bit weird, or they wouldn't do the thing that they're supposed to do, and you could potentially lose a match because of that. In UFL, there's no scripting, so essentially the players should do the same things every single time. It's all skill based. If you're good at the game, you should be able to just win matches and so forth. So, which I think is again really good. I think that's something that that eFootball should adopt. I think it's something that FC should adopt, because people have been asking for that for long as well. At least on the competitive level. Maybe if you have like lower levels, you can have some of that in there, like events and just playing against your friends. But on the competitive scene, I think you need to have like a baseline. You build a team, you've invested into making this team. You kind of want to know that they're going to do the things that they're supposed to do every single time consistently, if you're skilled enough to do it every single time. So yeah, especially if you're considered as an esport as well. If it's an esport, then there should be some consistency. It's not like you're playing Call of Duty and you're shooting at a guy, and then all of a sudden, usually the gun sort of tilts to the right, and then all of a sudden it's tilting to the left. You're like what is this? Makes no sense. So the recoil feels off when usually it doesn't. So that's kind of the sort of angle they're going in with their game. They're going to be adding more stuff in it in the future as they go along. But so far, so good. It's a good start for them. I hope that they continue. They did say they're doing monthly updates for this game, so every Monday is going to be update states and so forth. Player faces are going to be added. Right now, they don't have a lot of player faces, just for a few major players. So a lot of the players you will see will just have like generic faces. But with time, those things are going to be updated and so forth. And I'm happy to see a new competitor in the space. I'm genuinely happy to see that. I hope there's more. I believe there are a few other companies that are potentially going to get into the space. There's a lot of rumors about 2K coming into the space. There's another company that's doing a game called Goals that's supposed to come into the space as well. So I think with all of these new games, because for the longest while it's just been FC and eFootball, or FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer as they were formerly known. But now having more competition in the space, I think, because competition breeds sort of like evolution and improvement of a product. Without competition, everything just stagnates and gets lame. So
it's true.
So yeah, so that's kind of how it is right now. But that's what I've been playing. I've been playing UFL. I hope you guys, if you are into football games, I hope you check it out when it comes out tomorrow on the 5th, which is exactly the same time that eFootball's new update is coming out. I will, of course, try to do some videos on those two games tomorrow, one for UFL and one for eFootball, to sort of like share my opinions on it and you know, sort of help you guys make that decision if you're deciding which one to get into at this point in time. But generally speaking, I think it's something that most people are probably going to be, who are into football, are going to want to try out at least how it goes. So yeah, that's UFL for you. I will share more in the future.
That's good. Cool.
Yeah. What about you, Raj?
Yeah, it's interesting. It kind of connects to what you have been talking about. Interesting. First off, I totally agree with you when it comes to the free-to-play options or new games overall in the genre. It's very, very important. And where I am mostly spending my time, it's of course the FPS genre, even though I play other games as well, horror games, for example. But there's been a kind of backlash, and I've talked about this not just now, but for some time. There has been, though, quite good year when it comes to 2024. I know some other games coming next year that I'm looking forward to. However, you talked about like competition, and I was thinking about like a big franchise such as Call of Duty. It's been really hard to have other games to try to compete. There's been some attempts, and I know, for example, there was a free-to-play shooter released some time ago, which is called X Defiant, which I talked about. I played and I shared my thoughts about it by Ubisoft. That was, it's not them that saying it that much, but of course, you know, when content creators, YouTubers and whatnot are doing videos, they start to say, oh, is this the new COD killer? Is this it was never a COD killer. First off, it's a free-to-play game. It has a bit of its own style, a bit of a hero shooter element and everything. Was never like a game for me, even though I appreciated it. And I think some of the problems has now led to the fact that it's going to be sunset. The news came out just the other day. Ubisoft is shutting down the game. And it's unfortunate in many ways, but I saw it coming. I haven't played the game much in a couple of months, and I think some of you guys might remember when I talked about it it has had problems since day one when it comes to performance regarding hit registration, netcode, and they never got that right. They were very vocal, especially Mark Rubin, who is one of the former Call of Duty Infinity Ward guys. I think that has been leading the work when it comes to XDefiant.
Mm-hmm.
But it never really, it was a lot of talking, but not so much action. And that goes also for content in the game. I'm sure there's a battle pass, but it's not so much, no like heavy grinding like for prestige or things like that. And so, people that are playing the game a lot, they just, interest falls off and the player count started to decline. And as said, I'm not surprised. And
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft is having problems. They are known to sunset games to the left and right. I've seen that happening before.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have laid off like 200,000 people, or something like that. They are pretty stressed as a company overall.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they're hoping for a new success when it comes to a new Ass Creed game. But I don't know. Maybe Ubisoft is digging their grave now. Let's see what happens in the beginning of next year. But yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because as you were saying before, this was a free to play title that at least people were playing. Obviously, still
Mm-hmm.
not the same amount as it had, when it comes to the actual hype of regarding the play test and the release and whatnot. But still, it's going down. With that said, that's not well. I was on the game today, but I might make a video about it. But I wanted to talk about another, as I mentioned, the big one, one of the big, I don't know, franchises out there in the world of FPS gaming, and that is of course Call of Duty. I don't play Warzone that much. I've never been like a Battle Royale fan, but I did try out and made a video about it because I just felt that I need to talk about this
Mm-hmm.
because we talking about downscaling maybe graphics. We talking about maybe the haircuts aren't that great
Mm-hmm.
yet, at least in the UFL game. But here we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company
Yeah.
that has been doing these games for so many years and so many titles. And as you may know, Warzone is the free-to-play department when it comes to a Battle Royale game within the Call of Duty franchise. And the Warzone servers are equal when it comes to the multiplayer servers. And the performance, we have to come to that again because remember, when you're playing a FPS multiplayer game or a shooter game, online, it has to be very quick and distinct and on spot when it comes to hit registration and everything. Otherwise, at least me, who is a veteran, but I start like, what the frack is this? That's one of the reasons I didn't like X-Defiant because it didn't play it that well. But the problem is also in Call of Duty, and there's a reason for that. Back in the days, in 2011, I believe, Battlefield 4, which I still consider to be a really good game, they went up to 60 hertz servers. That's 2011. Call of Duty today, when it comes to the multiplayer and also Warzone, has 20 hertz servers, 20 tick servers. I think you start to understand that that's very, very low. Take,
Mm-hmm.
for example, Fortnite and PUBG. They are on like 60 at least, 60 hertz servers. I think even Roblox has like 30 hertz servers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the picture here? I mean,
Yes.
they pump out games that thousands, millions of people are buying,
Mm-hmm.
but they are not providing the player experience that these people deserve because they have
Yeah.
been buying their games year after year, paying like $70-$80 or more because they also go regarding monetization. They buy skins and characters and all that stuff, and they can't provide like a solid like game to game experience because when I was playing, I kid you not, I could really, really tell that sometimes my bullets were not registering that great. It was also super bullets and like how do you say? Yeah, uh, occasions where I just felt that why the frack doesn't that guy go down? And especially now, also it's been like a rage storm via social media because there's something. I don't know what they call it, but basically you shoot at a person, an enemy, you see the blood splatter, but you don't get any hit reg sound or indications. So it's like, what is happening? And Activision or Call of Duty went out with some kind of I see it as a kind of a lame excuse trying to put it under the carpet as fast as possible. But it's not like a flaw in the game. It's devastating, and people are now for some time have been talking about. I mean, we know that algorithms are in the game. You mentioned it yourself, but not so much in UFL. So far, good. But in Call of Duty, it's skill-based matchmaking. It's most likely also EOMM, engaged optimized matchmaking. That is not confirmed though. But now people, when they see this, they start to think: is it uh, what is it called? Oh shit! I lost my words there. Sorry. Does it also have to do with some kind of skill based algorithm that is actually, uh, you know, how to say, make it harder for you to target certain enemies?
That's the thing. That's what they consider scripting in eFootball. And the thing with scripting in eFootball and with FC is that the company never confirms it. So it's just it's a speculation thing among the users. But if you've played the games for a long enough time, you know if something doesn't feel right. So like as you're talking about in Call of Duty, you can tell, oh, is this feels more difficult than it should feel, and if it's when you
differences between certain matches, especially, it could be night and day.
Yeah.
If this is the case, sorry for continuing.
No, continue.
If this is the case, it's pretty darn horrible.
Yeah.
Because then already people are saying that you're not playing the game is playing you.
Yeah, exactly.
And if this is also in the game, then it's, I don't know. For me, I can't really find words. It's really, really horrible, and I think is it even legal to do something like that, because you are manipulating the outcome to a certain extent.
I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, when you really want to see the peak of what I think esports should be, you look at games like Counter-Strike, you look at games like like League of Legends or Dota, those sort of stuff. Those are games where it's the skill is there. You have to be skilled. You have everything. The consistency has to be the same, and there's no sort of like system being gaming the player. But you look at these other games from these bigger companies like Konami's, EA's, from Activision, and you think, wow, like what is this? I think back in the day, a game that used to do really well with like not gaming the system, it was just skill, was Halo. Halo was skill, man. Like you had to be skilled to play Halo properly back in the day.
Absolutely correct. Unfortunately, Halo has some rough years. Let's see what happens into. I was happy about the Delta playlist I talked about in that they added recently. Yes. But and of course, there's a new Halo game coming next year on Unreal instead of the older engine.
We shall see.
Yeah, we should see. But anyway, I just wanted to mention this because this was a very like I played with two friends in the stream, and we all were like, yeah. And on top of that, I have to say, I don't often complain about this, but I mean, also, as you said, I mean, Call of Duty is an arcade shooter. But with all these algorithms into play, and also the fact that the game is foremost designed for console, and the aim assist, even though Treyarch did something when it comes to like close quarter, it's not as strong as before. It's still very strong. When I see, and I'm talking, I am quite used to play with keyboard and mouse, and I can do certain things, of course, that someone with a controller can't. But when you see how the freaking aim assist is tracking you when someone is shooting at you in the kill cam, that's kind of ridiculous, because it's literally aimbot in the game. That's basically what
that is it. That is it.
It's like it's
I think that's
a bit of a turn off, and I don't know why they're still not. I think console players would like that as well. In the beta, I must have dreamt or something, because I'm pretty sure you could turn on and off the like crossplay feature here between like but it's not there.
I think
you can go on. I'm a bit long here, but I wanted to.
I think for console, I think crossplay can work if, for example, because with modern consoles, you can use a mouse and a keyboard on there. So like if they just like, okay, you're gonna play Call of Duty and you want to be the best of the best, you're gonna have to have a mouse and a keyboard connected to your Xbox or your PlayStation. Maybe you have a wireless one on your lap or something. And then if you want to just play, recreationally, then you use your controller, and there's no aim assist. So you just either you're really good with a controller, or you just need to get a mouse and a keyboard. I think that makes sense. That just seems like the logical thing, because it's
but
not like
that's not gonna happen
it's
apparently.
not. It's not.
Because no, again, because also the skill-based matchmaking keeps people in different brackets. I think
Yeah.
there's like 15, and some of these guys down here that can't even walk or aim, they're just gonna be stuck there. That's how the games are now, and it's pretty horrible if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's not. Yeah. I also, it could be a very long discussion, but it's so weird. I just think that it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be. I mean, first off, the if you're talking just the aim assist when it comes to playing with the controller, that has increased over the years. It wasn't like this like 5-10 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
Not also in Call of Duty, but it has become stronger, and it also this skill-based matchmaking thing, especially in social game play, in social game modes. It's like why? Well, it's because we have to protect the low skilled players. From what? From learning the game? To give them an incentive to understand that, oh, I am not so good. Maybe I need to work a bit to actually become better. I mean, shouldn't that be something to strive for? Because at the end of the day, they also say, well, our algorithm, no, our research shows that this is the best thing to do because people stay longer in the game and then they'll buy more. They don't say that, but they buy more. They consume more in the game. Well, I don't believe that's the case, because at the end of the day, the small percent down there that needs to be protected, well, they dip off. They stop playing even so after 4 or 5 months. But the
Yeah.
core player base that are still there, they are a bit above and around average if we're talking percentage wise. And those are the ones that continue to play the game. But those are the ones that are suffering from the 20 hertz servers and all that shit AI algorithm stuff that they put into the game to control the outcome and keep players at a 1 KD at all cost.
I think it's too there's too much of it's brilliant. I think we've got too much of trying to please everyone but pleasing no one.
Exactly.
And I think the thing is that I
Spot
think
on.
what people need to learn is that everything is not for everyone. Like
Oh,
however they make Call of Duty and most shooters and stuff like that, I'm a casual shooter fan. I'll jump in, I'll play a bit, but it's not my bread and butter. It's not what I really enjoy playing the most. So if they make a shooter for me, maybe I might play a little bit longer, but as you said, I'll drop off. I'll go back to playing what I like playing the most. And it's the same for people maybe who are casual eFootball or football fans. They'll play a game here or there when they come over and they kick back with their family and friends. But then they'll dip off and go play the games that they like playing, you know? So
yeah, but usually also, as someone wrote, which I think is quite nice, is that they don't give the community, the players themselves, the tools to work this out themselves.
Let them vote for it.
Yeah, because if you have do have rank, for example, at the very maybe minimum like a week, 2 weeks after launch, then the players that really wants to compete and are like, I'm so sweating so hard, they can go there, they can do that. And if there's an algorithm there to put them in the right brackets, fine. But in social playlists, it's supposed to be chill, it's supposed to be fun. And even though that's not really the case as it was before, because most players are also better than like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But even so, it gives a bit more of an incentive for people to just, have fun and play. But with the skill-based matchmaking, not so much, because you get the same experience over and over and over again, no matter where you are on that ladder. So it becomes very repetitive, unnecessarily repetitive. I don't mind having games. At least that was something with X-Defiant that they, of course, did as a marketing thing, even though they didn't market the game so much. That's another story. But they have, it's no skill-based matchmaking. Okay, good. But well, I don't know. But at least that can give you something. And that was the thing also with Halo. You mentioned Halo. I know one of the Halo developers when it comes to Halo 2. He said, yeah, we had a kind of a skill-based matchmaking, but it was very loose. It was loose settings, so you knew that there wasn't gonna be exactly the same kind of matchmaking the game after or the third game after. You know what I'm saying? So it could happen that one game you did really well, the other game, well, you got tougher competition, and you have to really try your very best to
Mm-hmm.
survive. And then the third game, well, maybe the same experience, but then the fourth and the fifth game, it's going to be really you shining, being top of the leaderboard,
Yeah.
back and forth.
A
But
sort of seesaw thing. I think there's a similar thing in eFootball where like so I'm ranked in Division 1 in eFootball. I usually just
yeah,
rank around there. And every season what happens is they reset your ranking. So you for Div 1 players you end up back in Div 4 and you
yeah.
just have to work your way up from Div 4 back to Div 1. But I kid you not, I always get ranked against Div 1 players 9 times out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
So I when it comes to trying to get back into Div 1 again the next season, you have really sweaty matches that you have to play just trying to get back into
Yeah.
Div 1 because it's like I'll never get an easy game. Like I'll talk to I think I played on my brother's account once and I was like, wow, competition is nice and comfortable here. I can actually get to like flex
Yeah.
my muscles and do a few things and actually try out new things and play a bit different. But then when I'm playing in Div 1 in my account all the time, like I'll start a match and every guy I'm playing is Div 1,
Yeah.
upper Div 1. They're all very good. They're all super competitive. You know, they're all switching up their play. I score one goal and then they change their whole play style and then they're coming at me hard and then I have to change my play style and be sweaty. It's like if I'm in a competitive mode in the night and I feel like it, yeah, that's all fun and dandy. I'll be sweaty too. But generally speaking, I like when I can just go in and just like as you're talking about, just go in, play a game, have some fun, enjoy it. Because a lot of the times for me, eFootball is the game I put on to just unwind when I've had a long
Yeah.
day and I just want to just
Exactly.
take out the edge off. I put the game on. I play for a few hours. I hop on a call with my brothers and we just chat for a bit. You know, we talk about the family, the kids, we play some matches with each other, and we log back off, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
But you know what, bro? This is also why you see, for example, I watched this today. I watched a video by a Call of Duty YouTuber. He was actually talking about XDefiant. I'm not going to say who he is, but he's quite okay. He's quite good actually when it comes to his perspective of things and what he's saying. Quite open-minded, I would believe. Sounds like a nice guy. But anywho, when I watch his gameplay when he's playing XDefiant, but also especially when he plays Call of Duty, and I know he's under the slave of the algorithm and everything, I'm like, bro, what kind of lobbies is he getting? Like, no one in my lobbies are moving like that and not
yeah.
really sliding and hopping and what the frack? I just think that I mean, I can see on his gameplay, he's not that great. He's kind of medium.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's just why. But it could also be, please remember, one of what has, at least in the Call of Duty community, I don't know when it comes to other games with harsh skill-based matchmaking settings, but what people do is that they use either a VPN to get easier lobbies, or they are two boxing, which is called, they're
Mm-hmm.
using two accounts. So
Mm-hmm.
they basically switch between accounts. So they have one where they play like shit. So the algorithm put you down like in the low brackets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're recording, and they are not saying that. So it's like, oh, look at that! Oh, I got a nuke! Yeah, well, I'm a great player. And they are playing with people that are like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
can't shoot. So it's sad. It's sad that is even a thing, but it is. I mean, cheating and all that stuff, that's something else. This is not like cheating per se, but it's a moral kind of cheating, if that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not really true. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing that, like yeah, we can drop it. This is a big thing in many ways, and it's not going away. But what is going away is time. I was we've been long on certain topics, but that's fine. We didn't podcast for like 2 weeks.
It has been 2 weeks since we podcast. I've
Yeah,
just been looking at my phone because I keep getting calls and text messages as birthday greetings, stuff. So
as should be.
because
Yeah.
my phone keeps ringing, so I keep having to say I will call you back.
Yeah. Good.
So
Now we should continue, of course. I have other
yes,
things when it comes to gaming. We'll talk about. I gotta save that for another day.
yeah, let's do it next week.
Uh,
Let's do the
yeah,
next week. Let's talk about some telly. I'm gonna be quick. I've been watching
same here.
Two Broke Girls with mostly with Zavi, but also with Alex, and they both started to fall in love with the series as well. It is on Amazon Prime here in the UK. It is a series about a rich girl who her father gets caught for embezzlement and all this sort of like money laundering or something like that, and she ends up broke. But she's very savvy, and she goes to get a job at this diner where she meets this girl working there who's very pessimistic about life, but she has a lot of potential. And the rich girl, she's got a lot of business sense, and they come together and they form a business together. And it's the story of them building up their business. It's a sort of sitcom, American style sitcom, very funny, comical, a lot of jokes and humor there, and all this sort of stuff. And I've been enjoying it. It's very nice to watch to take the edge off. The episodes are about 20 minutes long, I think. It's nothing serious. It's just comical, and the characters are just actual caricatures of people, and it's nice to watch. I enjoy watching shows like this, especially when we consider the world we live in today is quite gritty and depressing sometimes. So it's good to sometimes put something on like this and just zone out and enjoy it. And so I'm watching Two Broke Girls. I will say it is a 6.7 on IMDb. I will be so bold as to give it a 9 out of 10 on IMDb. For me, it's a 9 out of 10. I think it's a brilliant series. It is easily one of the best I've watched in recent years because it's quite entertaining. And luckily, I've come in after this. I believe the series has ended. So I've got, I think, about 9 seasons to watch, if so much.
Wow.
I've got a lot. I'm on season 2. So I'm enjoying it as it goes. So Two Broke Girls, check it out. It's on Amazon Prime and all that kind of good stuff. What about you, Raj? What have you been watching?
Yeah, sounds good, man. I have been watching something that you usually are watching, and I very seldom are watching nowadays. I've been watching a romantic comedy.
Ooh, get on with your bad self.
What do you give me for that? Huh?
I'll give you everything. That's what I'm talking about.
No, it was one of those times. I was sitting myself. Isaac was busy. Annalie was doing other things. I was like, I want to watch something. What am I gonna watch? Okay, I'm on with like Netflix, I believe. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And oops, this No Hard Feelings comes up.
Ooh,
This is a movie from 2023. Yeah, 2023. It's starring Jennifer Lawrence. She's the star, if you will. She's beautiful, but she's also very nice. I think she's done a lot of good characters within different genres. She has also this comedienne kind of thing in her, and she brings it out in this movie. This is very popular right now, also in Sweden. I saw it was like on the top list of something, and I kind of understand why, because this is a very uncensored American, I guess it is, production. Not
Really?
like in the box political correct, but they go quite far with certain things. I like that when it comes to nudity. Oh, oops, I said it, and
Ooh, la la.
booty and stuff like that. So yeah, and yeah, swearing and whatnot. So I had fun watching this. I can just give it briefly to you. This is of she plays a girl. Apparently she's on the brink of losing her home. It's like a nice house. I think she got it from her mom. And she finds an intriguing job listing. It's like helicopter parents looking for someone to bring their introverted 19-year-old son out of his shell before college.
I've seen this film. We've spoken about this before. We've spoken about this before.
Really?
But we spoke about this a while ago. I went to the theaters to watch this with Alex. We watched this. I
forgot that.
I believe we watched this. We watched this. This would have been around the time when Barbie and Oppenheimer came out. I think we watched this.
Okay, true.
So yeah, right. I watched in theaters, and I think I remember the nudity, because I was like, this looks familiar, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of nudity in there, or a decent amount. It's quite raunchy. It's quite comical, quite funny. It's good. It's good. It's wow.
Good. Actually, it's good. I liked it because she has like one summer to make him a man or die trying.
Yes.
So yeah, and of course I'm not going to spoil anything. If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. I liked it. It has a 6.4 on IMDb. I'm giving it a 6.9, close to 7. So it's over average. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I had a good time. It made me feel good. It was worth it. With that said, I'm gonna close there, but I want to say I have watched something else that has been one of the best movies I've seen this year, especially in the genre towards like being a horror movie. But it is a movie that I gonna talk about next time. It's called The Substance, and it's starring Demi Moore. Maybe you've heard about this movie. It is really, really good. And I recommend every horror fan to see it. And even if you're not a horror fan, but you want something that is quite gritty and a lot of substance, you gotta watch The Substance.
The Substance.
So yeah, you should check it out, Q, together with your missus for sure. She has to watch it.
She loves
100%.
horror movies. She loves horror movies. That's
The
definitely
Substance.
her.
Wow. And I'm not gonna say more. We're gonna talk about a bit more about it next time.
Indeed,
I'm done with the movie things.
Oh, yes. You can actually see me in the stream right now. Type in searching for players in eFootball. Anyway, eFootball UFL. That being said, thank you very much for this podcast. I think we should wrap it up, Raj.
Yes, we should wrap it up.
I kid you not, I've been holding no weed the entire time we started this thing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. No. There's all of this is me just concentrating on listen to me bladder. You're gonna just have to chill. So let's do this.
With that said, I gotta do my thing then and say thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I love the support. I hope you got some good tips. I know you did. We have good taste, both me and Q, so it should be fine. And hope to talk to you next week. And before that, just live life, enjoy as much as possible. And with that, my friends, Muffin and out.
Beautiful as always. So that, guys, thank you very much for listening to this episode of that Beautiful Life Podcast. You can find Roger at 40 Split Splash. That's the number 4 Twitter, SPLISH, SPLESH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday. That's correct.
Perfect.
If you look on the screen, you can actually see that it's written on the screen there. You can find me at LP Guidance, LPGRDIN, Guidance.eu, pretty much everywhere else. And of course, you can find us at Simply Binge or at Simply Binge UK. And of course, you can go check out Simply eFootball on YouTube here. Search for it. It might be a bit difficult to find because we don't have a lot up yet, but it's on this page. So if you search on this page, you'll find a link to it here, like a channel link. So with that, as always, thank you very much for listening to this episode. We wouldn't like guys to miss out on any of the episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like to subscribe to this podcast on Castbox, Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Simplybinge.com elsewhere, and what's coming from for free. So as always, guys, this has been cute for your pleasure. And it's a wrap. That's the episode. We are done. I'm running to the loo. I will see you guys on the flip side.
Yeah.
Peace, all that kind of lubblers. Yeah.
Explosion effect. It's not your bladder. It's not you.